So yesterday, February 5th, 2026, OpenAI dropped GPT-5.3 Codex at 9 a.m. 4 hours later, Anthropic launched Claude Opus 4.6, and I spent the last 18 hours running the exact same coding challenges on both models, side by side, no mercy. One of them wrote a full e-commerce backend in 47 minutes. The other took 3 hours and had security vulnerabilities. One of them debugged legacy code that's broken senior developers. The other gave up halfway through. This isn't hype, this is war. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly which AI just became the undisputed king of coding. Press the subscribe button and let's get into it. Alright, here's what you need to know up front. GPT 5.3 Codex launched with 3 massive upgrades. Auto-debugging AI that writes unit tests, while it codes 200,000 token context. Window real-time code execution sandbox. Claude Opus 4.6 countered with agent teams, multiple AIs working together as architect, developer, tester, adaptive thinking, decides when to think for 30 seconds versus 5 minutes. 1 million token context window, 5 times bigger than GPT. Now here's the setup. I tested both on 5 real-world challenges. 1. Build a REST API with authentication. 2. Debug a memory leak in 50,000 lines of legacy code. 3. Create a real-time chat application with WebSockets. 4. Optimize a slow database query. 5. Write an entire SaaS backend from scratch. Winner takes all. And before we start, if you want to see more AI battles like this, subscribe. We test every major release the week it drops. No fluff, just results. Alright, test 1. Challenge. Build a REST API with user authentication, JWT tokens, rate limiting, and password hashing. Both models get the exact same prompt. GPT 5.3 Codex finished in 4 minutes 12 seconds. The code worked. Authentication was secure. Rate limiting was functional. But here's the thing. It had 0 comments explaining why certain design decisions were made. And the error handling was basic. It worked, but barely. Claude Opus 4.6 took 6 minutes 38 seconds. But, and this is huge, every function had documentation. The error messages were human-readable, and it included input validation I didn't even ask for. When I tried to break both APIs with malicious requests, GPT's crashed twice. Claude's handled it gracefully. Winner. Claude Opus 4.6. Yeah, it was slower, but the code quality wasn't even close. Challenge. Find and fix a memory leak buried in 50,000 lines of Python code I pulled from an old open source project. This is where it got wild. GPT 5.3 Codex has this new auto-debugging feature. I uploaded the codebase, and it immediately started scanning for common leak patterns, circular references, unclosed file handles, global variable misuse. It found the leak in 11 minutes, fixed it, wrote a test to prevent it from happening again. Claude Opus 4.6 took a completely different approach. It used adaptive thinking and went into max effort mode. I watched it think for 3 full minutes before it even started suggesting fixes. Then it not only found the same leak GPT found, it found 2 more that GPT missed. Winner. Claude Opus 4.6 again. Because finding 1 bug fast doesn't matter if you miss 2 others. Now here's where it gets crazy. Because GPT 5.3 Codex just lost twice in a row. But test 3? This is where Codex fights back hard. And honestly, what happened next completely flipped my expectations. Challenge. Build a real-time chat application with WebSockets, message persistence, typing indicators, and read receipts. GPT 5.3 Codex destroyed this one. It finished the entire app, front-end and back-end, in 22 minutes. The WebSocket implementation was flawless, messages synced in real time across multiple clients. Typing indicators worked perfectly. And here's the kicker. It used its real-time execution sandbox to test the app while building it. So by the time it finished, the app was already debugged. Claude Opus 4.6 took 41 minutes. The app worked, but the WebSocket code was overcomplicated, and it didn't test anything during development. It just handed me the code and said, "Here you go." Winner: GPT 5.3 Codex. And it wasn't even close. Challenge: optimize a slow SQL query that was taking 18 seconds to run. GPT 5.3 Codex added indexes, rewrote the joins, and got the query down to 1.2 seconds. Claude Opus 4.6 did the same optimizations, but then went further. It analyzed the database schema, found 3 other queries that would break with the new indexes, and rewrote those too. Winner: tie. Both were excellent, but Claude showed deeper systems thinking. Final challenge: build an entire SaaS backend from scratch. Authentication, payments, database, API, admin panel. Everything. This is the ultimate test. GPT 5.3 Codex took 2 hours 54 minutes. The result was functional but generic. It worked, but it felt like a template. Claude Opus 4.6 with agent teams took 3 hours 47 minutes. But the architect agent designed a scalable microservices structure. The developer agent wrote clean modular code. The tester agent caught edge cases I didn't even think of. And the reviewer agent flagged a SQL injection vulnerability that GPT completely missed. Winner: Claude Opus 4.6, because I'd deploy Claude's code to production tomorrow. GPT's? I'd need to refactor it first. All right, let's tally it up. Claude Opus 4.6 won 4 out of 5 tests. GPT 5.3 Codex won 1, but it was dominant in that one. Here's the breakdown. If you need speed, use GPT 5.3 Codex. If you need quality, use Claude Opus 4.6. If you're building something that matters, production software, enterprise systems, anything where bugs cost money, use Claude with agent teams. Pricing? Claude is $5 input per $25 output per million tokens. GPT is $6 input per $20 output. Basically the same. Context window. Claude's 1 million tokens versus GPT's 200,000 is a massive advantage for large code bases. So here's my question for you. If you could only use one of these for the next year, which one are you picking? Speed or quality? GPT or Claude? Drop your answer in the comments. I'm genuinely curious. If this helped you decide, hit subscribe. We're testing every AI model that drops in 2026. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.